The hidden royal truth. Fazza's heart follows a 60-year grace. In the quiet dawn where desert winds breathe, ancient tales, a path of light rises. From the golden horizon carrying a truth long hidden from the world, a truth that walks not in shadows, but in the gentle wisdom of time. For the heart of Fazza does not chase youth, nor the fleeting spark of passing. Seasons his heart, follows a grace carved by 60 years of strength and softness, a grace that stands tall like an old palm, tree-rooted deep in the sands of destiny. She moves through the palace halls with a calm that silences storms. Her presence is a lantern, glowing in the corridors of memory each step. She writes a story across the marble floor. Story not of fame, not of glamour, but of depth and quiet power. She is the mirror of the old desert, a reflection of patience, of endurance, of a love that grows stronger with every rising moon. For years Dubai looked toward glitter and brightness, searching for answers in the faces of the young. But the truth was never held there. The truth lived in the calm breath of a woman who carried 6 decades of life with dignity. A woman whose eyes held the sunrise and sunset. Together, a woman whose smile carried the same warmth as the earth after rain. Fazza saw what the world could not. He saw the steadiness in her soul, a steadiness that does not tremble with time, a steadiness that does not fade with years. He saw the beauty that does not ask to be praised, the beauty that lives in the way she listens, in the way she understands, in the way she holds silence as if silence itself is a blessing. Her grace is not painted in colors, it is written in moments, in the way she places her hands upon stories older than herself, in the way she stands beneath the moon as if speaking to her ancestors, in the way she carries memories like precious gems polished by time. 60 years have shaped her like the dunes shaped by the wind. Not rushed, not forced, but guided by the gentle push of destiny, and as she walks, the world feels the shift. The air changes, the ground softens, the sky brightens, for she is not only a woman of age, she is a woman of truth, and truth shines brighter than youth ever could. Fazza's heart follows her not because the world expects it, not because the palace whispers approve it, but because the soul knows where it belongs. His soul recognizes her grace as a traveler, recognizes home after a long journey. Her presence is peace. His heart bows to that peace. The world may search for reasons, trying to understand how a 60-year grace could hold the heart of a prince, but the world forgets that love is not a mirror of age. Love is a mirror of spirit, and her spirit is vast, like the open desert filled with stories written before he was born, stories that echo through the halls of time. She is a chapter he has waited his whole life to read, a chapter written slowly, written softly, written truthfully. She does not chase attention. She does not seek the crowd, yet the story continues in the soft breath of dawn, where silence carries the unspoken truth of hearts that meet beyond the borders of time. This truth unfolds like a desert flower opening, slowly under the patient sun. For the bond between Fazza and the woman of 60 years grows not in the noise of the world, but in the stillness that only true connection can create. She walks with a calm rhythm, and the palace listens. Her presence carries a wisdom that cannot be taught, a wisdom sculpted by moments of joy, carved by moments of pain, polished by lessons she learned while standing alone beneath countless moons. She is a river that has traveled far, gathering strength, clarity, and depth along the way. And when Fazza looks at her, he sees not only the river, but the journey. People speak in whispers, trying to understand the invisible thread that pulls his heart toward hers. They search for reasons in the shape of her face, in the length of her years, in the stories of her past. But they do not see what he sees. They do not feel what moves within him, for the soul chooses its reflection with a wisdom deeper than words, and his soul has chosen her. When she stands beside him, the world grows softer. The air becomes lighter. Even the old walls of the palace seem to breathe in unison. With her grace, she does not try to shine, yet she glows. She does not perform, yet she captivates. She does not compete, yet she reigns. And in that quiet reign she reveals the kind of beauty that age cannot diminish. Her voice carries the warmth of a hearth that has burned through many winters, a warmth that offers comfort, not excitement, a warmth that reminds Fazza of home, a home made not of stone, but of presence, of understanding, of steady, unwavering care. He is a prince of the desert, but she is the desert itself, ancient, vast, and eternal. There are moments when they walk together beneath the open sky, and the breeze lifts her hair, like an old memory returning to life. In these moments, he feels the weight of all the stories. She carries stories. She never speaks aloud, yet he senses them in the way she pauses before the horizon, in the way she smiles at distant stars as if greeting old friends. She is not young in years, but she is young in wonder. The world has not dimmed her spirit. Instead, it has shaped her into something rare and radiant. She sees beauty in the smallest grain of sand, in the faintest shift of wind, in the quiet heartbeat of a night that holds both darkness and light. And this way of seeing becomes a mirror through which Fazza rediscovers the world. Her hands hold a softness that only time can give, a softness that comes from healing, from forgiving, from letting go of what no longer serves the soul. When she touches his hand, he feels not age, but assurance. He feels not years, but truth. For her touch tells him that love can be steady, gentle, and enduring. There is a strength in her, silence that could calm storms, a strength he leans into without fear. For she does not demand. She does not control. She does not seek a... The night settles over the desert like a velvet veil, and the stars awaken one by one. Each star holds a memory of the past, a whisper of what has been and what is yet to come. In this gentle darkness, a story rises, a story shaped by 60 years of grace and the unwavering heart of a prince who walks beside it. Fazza stands where the wind speaks softly and the sand moves. Like a living dream, he gazes into the distance, yet his thoughts return to her, the woman whose presence brought stillness. To his restless soul, the woman whose spirit carries the strength of mountains and the gentleness of a dawn without clouds. She steps into the night with the quiet elegance of someone who has nothing to prove. Her age is not a weight, it is a crown. A crown Polished by storms, she survived by hopes, she protected by truths. She never abandoned. She wears that crown without effort, for her very existence is its rightful throne. As they walk under the sky, the moon paints her silhouette in silver light, and Fazza sees beauty not bound by time but expanded by it. A beauty that does not fade, a beauty that deepens, a beauty that rises. From the courage to remain kind in a world that often forgets kindness, people imagine love as a fire that burns bright and wild, but he has learned that true love is a steady flame, one that endures winds, one that glows through seasons, one that warms the soul without scorching it, and she is that flame, constant, gentle, eternal. Her stories flow without words. Her silence speaks in rhythms older than poetry. He learns from the tilt of her head, from the calm in her breath, from the way she watches the world with a patience that only 60 years can shape. She does not chase the moment. She holds it. She sees it. She honors it. He wonders how many nights she stood alone watching the same stars before life brought their paths together. He sees the quiet resilience behind her eyes, a resilience born of choices she made when no one was watching. She carries those choices like lanterns lighting her steps into every new day, and he follows their glow. When she smiles, it is not the smile of youth, it is the smile of someone who has lived deeply, someone who has loved, lost, hoped, endured, someone who has learned that the heart breaks only to grow stronger, that tears fall only to water the seeds of wisdom. She smiles with the softness of someone who knows that love is not a prize but a journey. The world keeps searching for tales that shine brighter than truth. They search for glitter, they search for spectacle. Yet the brightest tale stands quietly in the shadows of this night. A prince walking beside a woman whose 60 years have shaped her into the very grace he never knew he needed. He listens to her speak of life, not in grand stories, but in gentle reflections. She talks about the beauty of small moments, the value of simple joys, the strength found in silence. Each word becomes a thread weaving into the tapestry of his heart, leaving patterns he will carry forever. They reach the crest of a dune.